In the future, if you're planning to move to the Philippines or be there for an extended period of time, you're going to need a place to stay. Hotels can be expensive. Airbnb is all based upon availability. So your best out is to look for you an apartment, house, or condo. Rental rates, terms, and conditions vary based upon who the landlord is. And there are no credit checks. But for me, on the downside, they're going to require you to pay first month's rent, deposit, and an advance all up front. Unless you can negotiate with them better terms, they're going to hit you upside the head on the front end. And by being a foreigner, they're going to try to charge you more if they can get away with it. And the key is not allowing them to get away with it. And make sure you're dealing with the owner directly. My first year in the Philippines, me and my girlfriend found a condo to rent. So I was giving the rent to the owner's worker. So as time went by, I got a call and the owner was asking us where the rent was. And we said, we've been paying our rent every single month to your worker. Come to find out, the worker was pocketing the money and telling the owner that we didn't pay or we were late. So I went and knocked on the door of her house, and of course, she wasn't there. I was beyond angry that she had been stealing our money for months and was making it look like we weren't paying our rent. We finally got it sorted out. But what really got my attention was that she didn't even get in trouble. In any other country, that would be considered embezzlement. But she didn't even get a slap on the wrist. She was still walking around like nothing had happened. So it gets better. So a few months later, we start getting these letters in the mail addressed to the owner, and come to find out, the owner was in pre-foreclosure because apparently she was taking the rent money and not paying the note on the condo. So we didn't stay there long. We found somewhere else to live. Be alert for those who would try to overcharge you because you're a foreigner. Be careful of false agents or those who may be saying that they represent the property or the interests of the owner and really aren't, just to get your money. And lastly, don't let anyone convince you that the owner has the legal right to cut off your water supply or your electricity if you make them mad, because that happened when I was there in the Philippines, and I had to really do the research to find out the law. So they can't do that. Make sure you get everything in writing, keep your receipts, even get copies of their IDs if you need to, in case you need to go to the authorities.